Hi, everybody.
In 3 days, we'll be on topic.
Yeah. We're talking about the moon. That somehow got us off topic. I don't know. Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of Martha and the Mandos. We're starting. If you've been on Twitch, I'm sorry. But I apologize for nothing. Okay. What's the show about? Okay. It's been a while.
About the moon.
It's about the moon, I think. Okay. So, Martha and the Mandos are criminals, protagonists. Azuli, a Dathomiri mercenary. Jet, an indebted, scoundrelly pirate. Well, not so scoundrelly. Kind of a Han Solo type if Han Solo was good at things. With her droid Bacon. And Zoga, a Gamorrean swoop bike lesbian. It's never been better summed up, and I will now try. So they were sent to steal a hover tank a couple episodes ago by Martha the Hutt, the aforementioned Martha of Martha and the Mandos. One of the Mandos was injured, and they ended up with a bunch of cool stolen tech from Garbo the Hutt, very accurately named. Jet's ship was paid off in full. However, she was told that there's a bomb on it. So, if you would keep working for me, I won't blow up your ship. Azuli was found this sort of sniper Dathomiri crossbow hybrid with some markings that led her to the planet of Sereno, the capital of the Confederacy of Independent Systems, and Zoga got a cool tank that she could implement some of the technology into her hover bike or her swoop bike as well. So I would like to ask all of you, what would you like to do? Talk about the moon?
No, moon talk is over.
Okay. Discuss Vespas, space Vespas.
Yeah. I think that I think we were all getting ready and set to be on a working vacation, as it was put last time. But Azuli especially was wanting to investigate this weird crossbow sniper thingy.
Yeah, I think we were going to head to Count Dooku's home planet.
Mm-hmm. Good plan.
Nothing bad ever happened there.
No. Let's see. So in chat, I don't know what Geostigmata is, but it's the plot of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, and they never explain it. They just say it. He has the Geostigmata. What does that mean?
Was that ever brought up in the original?
I don't think so.
Final Fantasy VII?
Not that I remember. It's all the Sephiroth's clones have it or something. That movie is beautiful and makes no sense. Okay, so where are you all? You're all...
hopefully not on the moon.
No.
We're on Kyros?
You're on Kyros, which is around here somewhere. How do I search? God. Everything's fine. I would like to point out that there is a Star Wars planet named Chad. I just think that's kind of funny.
Is it football shaped?
Let's see. I'm going to look it up. How the heck do I search? Search the galaxy. Here we go. They changed my galaxy map since the last time I used it. Chad. No data available.
What?
100% football shaped. Cannon.
Yeah,
Can't convince.
Oh, Chad. Here we go.
You also have to end every sentence with bro. There.
You said no one would hit me or yell at me. You were kind to me. That's not something I've seen much of since leaving Chad. Like, the planet or the man? I wanted
First one, then
adventure,
the other.
but no one seems to take me seriously. What is this from? Oh, it's from the book that introduces the theme park. Okay. Weird.
From the book that introduces the theme park.
Yeah. Star Wars is great. Here we go. Okay.
Star Wars is great, and I love it, but sometimes I think there could be a little bit less of it.
Well, we're adding more to it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, we don't count unless we're an official source, in which case, where's our Disney check?
Where is our Disney check, though?
Yeah.
Let's be real. Some of that stuff in Boba Fett is straight out of our shows. No spoilers as to what. I'll leave you to figure that one out.
They're eating my lunch, though, and I don't like it. Okay. But this game that we're actually playing. Okay, so you're on Kyros, where which is in the expansive regions outside of the core. Sereno is in the outer rim. Past Dathomir, even, on the Hydean Way hyperspace route. Past Yavin. It's pretty far out there. It's well into, like, hut space. Like, proper hut-controlled space, whereas, like, you all are you're part of a hut cartel, but you're close enough to the core that it's still the Republic. Whereas out there, there is the Republic credits are no good here. Only money.
My Battletech ass brain just wanted to call it the Inner Sphere. Okay.
We should all just, for science fiction purposes from now on, we should all just agree on one thing that the center of the universe is called. Like, for all sci-fi media.
At the center of the universe, at the center of this universe's civilization.
That one.
But the real important question here is, what does God need with a starship?
Answer the question, God.
Why is God angry?
Okay. So, all of that...
Star Trek movie just for that one line.
It's one of the lesser ones. Okay. So, we're having fun, and that is all that matters. First streams
Play
back
a
are
game
hard.
eventually. We'll get there.
We're getting there.
We'll get there.
Okay. First streams back are hard. They've all been kind of this loosey-goosey. That's fine. We had a long break. I'm just happy to be back with my friends. That being said, roll for initiative.
Oh no!
That's not even in this system.
Well, I was going to say it's a D6 system, so I just rolled a 5.
Oh, I don't know if that's good or bad. Maybe it's lowest goes first. Like AD&D or whatever. Okay.
No, you want an armor class of 0, because that makes sense.
It makes sense. You have to hit armor class 0. Advanced Dungeons & Dragons is a totally different game than regular Dungeons & Dragons. Therefore, Gary Gygax doesn't have to give you any money. Okay. All that being said, what do you want to do?
Get hoofing it, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell Jet where to drive her spaceship, but if she is inclined to take her spaceship all the way out there,
Yeah, I think Jet would be okay with it. Considering I forgot what the name of my spaceship was.
I was just about to ask you. Let's see if it's in a chat.
Down.
I think we said it episode 1, and I don't know that it's improved.
We never said it again.
Desert Twilight was the name of the casino. The Silver Ace.
There we go.
Sounds great. Thank you, Jay.
Because I was looking for it while you guys were talking. I'm like, what's the name of this ship? And I couldn't find it.
Oh no.
I do also have in my notes here, Zega came down with a slight case of stabbed.
He did get stabbed pretty hard.
I will write it down for future reference.
Slight case of stabbed. He's had worse.
He has had worse, and I believe he said they missed my heart. Amateurs.
Also established this isn't as bad as a previous injury, and it had less burns.
Being in
It's for all you
Mandalorian
Zega
is
heads
fun.
out there.
Yeah, it's called world building. He also lives in a back-to-tank. Okay. Okay, so you all head onto the ship and pop into the hyperspace lanes. It's a well-traveled route, so there's no complications or anything. It takes Star Wars time to get there. It's never quite clear how long hyperspace takes.
Star wipe.
Yep. There's just a wipe, and Luke's a full Jedi now. It's just, don't even worry about it. So you all enter into Sereno space. Let's look that up and get a good description of it. If I remember correctly, it just looks like Earth. It just looks like Earth. Okay. So, you see a beautiful green and brown, a lot of green and brown planet, clouds swirling, a bunch of Trade Federation blockade ships kind of around the planet. Those the things that Anakin blows up in the Phantom Menace, the big spaceship base things.
The big crescents with the balls in them.
Exactly. Thank you. Let's see. There are 2 moons.
Oh no.
Great.
We're going to be off topic for so long now.
2 moons, you say?
One of them have a big angry face on it.
No, and it's not crashing towards the planet, thankfully.
Okay.
Yet.
Like that yet.
Okay. So as you all approach, the kind of the regular sensors and lights go off, and one of the Trade Federation ships asks what your business is.
I mean, freelance, transportation. Oh no, what we're doing here, not what we do. Anybody have any excuses?
Vacation?
Yeah, we're on vacation.
The droid goes, vacation. Roger, roger. Just flags you through.
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, that was easy.
I don't believe in red tape here in the Confederacy of Independent Systems. We're not in the Republic anymore, man.
We don't believe in red tape, says the Trade Federation.
They're libertarians. They just want profit. They're the worst, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Okay, so you enter the planet, and you're directed to, on your little readout, there's a bunch of rainforests and mountains, oceans. Thanks, Wikipedia. And the capital city of Sereno is Carania. There we go, Carania. It's a town with vaulted structures, cylindrical towers that extended to forest-covered hills of the mountain range nearby.
That's probably where we want to be going.
It seems like it's kind of the biggest center of commerce. You'd think probably weapons manufacturing would probably be somewhere around here.
Sounds like a plan.
So you land, and once again, there's not really much hassle or anything. There's no docking fee. It's pretty easy peasy so far. And yeah, outside the spaceport, there's a bustling street. It's mostly, it's mostly humans. But you see the occasional Twi'lek. That can't be. Hold on. From what?
Holding?
No, that's... Okay, I don't think Star Wars Build the Millennium Falcon is canon. What is that even?
What?
What?
Something is listing that Chiss are present on this planet, which doesn't make any sense in canon, and its source is something called Star Wars, Build the Millennium Falcon. What?
That sounds like a third-party thing that someone just made up on the fly.
Yeah.
Like, they threw a bunch of Star Wars names into the hat.
There were 100 issues.
What?
It's a comic book?
Star Wars is a 2014 to 2016
It is a paper model kit.
magazine, and each issue provides a piece of a 1-to-1 replica, 1-to-1, of the original Millennium
That's a
Falcon
big
prop.
fucking magazine.
Oh, of the prop. Okay, of the prop. That makes sense.
Oh, okay. That's much better.
Yeah. Used in Empire
Wide
Strikes
model.
Back.
It turns out everyone in Star Wars was tiny this whole time.
Yeah. But why would that have canon information on it, let alone about Count Dooku? Anyway.
It wasn't even that long ago. That was 2015. I was gonna say, if that was like back when they were just like, I don't know. Lucas farted into a recorder and now that's canon.
Okay. Anyway, Twi'leks and humans predominantly. You're seeing some animals running around the street as well. Let's see. Spike bats.
What size are those?
They're bat size, roughly.
Not spike sized?
I'm sorry, they're roughly bird sized.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Is that more
clears
specific?
it
When
up.
you say bird, are we talking like sparrowfinch or like... Crap, what was their name? Shoebills?
Like I'd say like a common bird. No, like tinier, like on the tiny end of bird. Or not tiny end of bird. Like pigeon sized.
How much bigger or smaller than a hawkbat?
Much smaller than a hawkbat.
Oh, okay.
You'll get ever closer to figuring out what size a hawkbat actually is. With one frame of reference, hawkbats are bigger than spike bats.
This is the true mystery of these Star Wars streams.
Which is somewhere between a hawk and a bat, just as a reminder.
Again, the hawks have a little less variance, but bats, bumblebee size, 5-foot wingspan.
Anywhere in there.
Somewhere between there.
Somewhere between there. So it's either between bumblebee and hawk size,
Well, we
or
know that
hawk
it's gotta
and 5-foot
be.
wingspan size.
Yeah, it's got to be larger than bumblebee sized because we've now learned that it's larger than a spike bat.
There you go.
So we've eliminated a bunch of the bat category.
Is the worst. I don't know if it's Phoenix Red or if it's a Leighton game. I think we're not in a courtroom yet, so I'm going to go with the Leighton game.
If you're watching this show, I'm sorry. But also, I hope you're having a great time. Because this is fun. This is fun. You're having fun.
We have decided you, the viewer, are having fun.
You like this.
Yeah, you like this. Yeah, you're Kirk Cousing at this. Marty said, first streams back are hard. Really, all streams are hard when you're having fun. Thank you, Marty. Marty loves watching us have fun. Whew. 22 minutes. Nothing has happened.
Star Wars. No,
We
we
got
have
to a
landed
planet.
on a planet.
Okay. Now, sometimes I'm afraid episodes are going to go short. I don't know why. I should just start talking about hawk bats.
About hawk bats, talking about the moon.
Just ironically, usually I have to stop people from talking about Star Wars. The Star Wars streams, we never started. Okay. Here we are, cruising around the city. As you kind of step out, it's a cosmopolitan place. I don't know who here has ventured far further into the core than Kiros. Liz, are you Carillion?
I don't think I really decided.
Okay, yeah. That might have been a stereotype on my part. All Carillions are hotshot pilots who owe gangster huts money.
You're not wrong, but
This is our culture. This is our way.
Now I'm just imagining all used ship dealerships on Corellia are run by huts. Just
Arguably just as dangerous, but we still end up getting stabbed less.
so yeah. So if, I was going to say it's similar to cities on kind of inner core, closer to core planets. You know, a lot of times in the Outer Rim, it's because a lot of the planets are a little harsher or like climate wise or run by huts. It's not a lot of build up cities. It's kind of smaller towns, but like a lot more of them. So like on Tatooine, there's like Mos Espa and Mos Eisley. They're not really built up because that's stupid in the Tatooine sun. So they're kind of nice, spread out. A lot of buildings underground kind of thing. This is much closer to being kind of built up, sprawly, or like climbing rather than sprawling. But lots of spires, kind of very, very eclectic architecture, very artsy. You could see Kiros becoming this in like 20, 30 years. Let's see. Otherwise, like there's like no open guard force or battle droids walking the street or anything like that. It's just people. And
We are going to change that.
Given our track record, yeah.
What would you all like to do?
I guess Jet would start. Would have like Bacon plug into a terminal and start looking for, I guess, either weapons dealers or weapons shops, that kind of thing.
Yeah, or some kind of trade area, or if there's no like soldiers and things moving about, maybe trying to find where they could be.
Okay. So yeah. So Bacon, scampers. Oh, sorry. Bacon rolls. I was picturing a BD droid because we were talking about that not too long ago. Bacon rolls over. The port comes out of their nose. They plug in. Start rifling through data. Kind of. Everyone steps in front of them. Let me make a check for Bacon to become one with the universe again. That's pretty good, Bacon. Yeah. Okay. So Bacon finds doing kind of a catalog search with information from the weapon and the parameters you're setting up into that. She finds I don't know. No, Bacon's a boy, right? Bacon's a boy.
I think so. I don't know. I have a lot of pets around this time, so I kind of got confused on which pronouns I gave what.
That's fair. And sometimes it's hard to keep track.
Can't wait to whatever you adopt next.
It might be a BD droid.
It might be a BD droid.
They're really cute.
Might be some weird, like, lobster spider thing. I don't know. It depends what stream she adopts it on.
Yeah. Let's see. So using that information, you find what you think is the location of a workshop that is producing like not experimental. It's listed as like the Royal Armorer of Sereno, and who knows if that's like a kind of a Ray's famous pizza thing where it's just like self-declared, like we're the original Ray's, original famous Ray's, kind of thing. But it is located close to the Central Hall of Government.
Seems worth checking out.
Good place to start. So I guess we'll head over there.
Okay.
Lead the way, little Bacon.
Bacon starts rolling through the streets. Okay. So you all can see in the distance, you're getting closer to it. The Great Assembly House is this big domed structure with a bunch of kind of spiky, not quite columns, but big column-esque things. They're like big cement wall kind of things. It's like this tan color. It's got a bunch of discs and antenna all over it. People milling about. It's evening, so it doesn't seem like there's anything in session. But not too far away, you see a proper little manufacturing warehouse. It's pretty small, but smoke's coming out of it. And indeed, there's a little crest that bears the crest of Dooku, kind of like as an official seal of approval, and it says, providing providing the House of Dooku with arms since year. I can't remember what years we're using right now because I'm used to current Star Wars that uses a thing that hasn't happened yet.
We're probably really confused as to what's the Battle of Yavin and why are we counting down to it.
That seems bad, everyone. Also, as Marty and I have pointed out before, it's a little weird that like you centered a calendar around D-Day. That seems odd, but
that's weird.
I get it. The first Death Star blew up. That is important. And metatextually, I do like that everything is centered around the first Star Wars movie. I've talked myself back into it. It's fine. Okay. So it's here. What do you want to do? Let me ask that.
I guess go in or try. Are there any like windows that we could try and like window shop first?
It's like a big. It's like a big warehouse factory looking thing. Not big. It's fairly medium sized. So not really. Like there's light. There's windows up at the top to let light in, but not really for like peeping.
Manufactory also offered tours because the last time we were offered a tour, that went great.
We should ask for a tour. We're great at tours.
We are great at tours.
Fantastic at tours. Last time we went on a tour, we got a tank out of the deal.
Yeah,
So-
you got the net positive.
Yeah. We'll probably end up running this place by the time we're done with the tour. Yeah, we'll look for a tour guide.
Okay. So at the front, you do find your way to the front, and there is this a droid with like kind of a wide head, two little blue eyes, a little visor. They've got 3 arms. They're sitting behind a desk, and they seem to be like powered down until you come in, and then they kind of power up like a visitor. Greetings. Welcome to Sarady's Arms.
We would like a tour.
Of course. You kind of see like their eyes are almost like scrolling. Like, okay, accessing tour protocol. 2 awkward little wheels kind of pop out of the bottom. They don't really have legs. They have like a skirt that has 2 awkward wheels. They kind of have to like lean to turn. It's a very poor design. And they just start going on the tour. Like they just turn the corner, kind of lean. They drift across the corner and start just going through things and pointing with their 3 arms.
Hustle buns to keep up.
Okay, tour starting.
And it's a lot of like, Sarady's Arms was started back in blah blah blah. Has been the royal manufacturer of arms since before for the entire line of Dooku's, basically, with the tragic demise of Count Dooku's the current Count Dooku's father. Doesn't mention that Count Dooku killed him.
Yes, very tragic.
He says they mostly make vibroblades and blaster pistols, kind of elaborates that like they mostly make like dueling weapons. Like they're very kind of aristocratic, pointless. Like they're not something you would necessarily want to bring into a bar fight, unless it's like some bar in Monaco or something like that. but kind of goes through. They say that they don't have clients really off world. They mostly supply again for the nobility. It's a very niche market here. Kind of rounds the corner there. Every time you pass, it is like a Disney ride where like animatronic droids will kind of come out and like enact like the duel kind of very poorly, or manufacturing something, and they're just, they're not meant to look like people in that Disney way. They do look like droids. They're just kind of like very clearly not greatly maintained kind of droids. Rounds the corner, and you're dumped in a gift shop. And he says that he has been RX-77, and he would be happy to answer any questions. But please feel free to peruse their fine line of shot glasses, t-shirts, and dueling pistols.
So I was just gonna like snout first in a display case. How did you even make a muzzle-loading blaster pistol? Who would want that?
Very carefully. It's like a vibro rapier, so it's just the point is like the vibro kind of weird blade thing. The rest is just a stick of metal. Or not rapier, I meant épée, like a fencing foil.
Yes, I have a question.
To the child in the back.
Very, very tall child? Okay.
Tallest child.
What's your question, little lady?
I am wondering, is there anywhere else on this Sereno that makes weapons, or is it only here?
The finest dueling weapons are made here.
What about the worst ones?
Yeah, what about...
One of our many competitors offers an inferior product, Lil Slugger.
Yeah, well, that one's closer. I'll take it.
What about non-dueling weapon? If, say, I wanted sniper rifle.
I kind of see the droid kind of like it goes through. It clearly goes through like an error jump in your question. Sniper rifles are not manufactured by Serenese Arms. Such an uncivilized weapon from such a distance is unsporting. Champ.
What if someone wanted to be unsporting? Does that not happen here on Sereno? Only aristocratic dueling?
Yeah, kind of. The finer points of dueling is available in our in kind of points you to like a book that you can buy, like a tablet that has a book on it for Lord Akanta, his rules of fisticuffs and dueling. It kind of shorts again, and the person behind the counter is like, psst. Hey, you want to buy like the real stuff?
Thank you, droid. You have been so helpful. We will make our purchases at the counter.
I was hoping we'd break it.
Thank you.
Looks like we're almost there.
Thank you for your time, sport.
You got it,
almost
champ.
It's like a broom with a bucket on its head. It just kind of skitters away, and it clearly hits a corner too hard, and one of its arms kind of spins, and there's a Twillick behind the counter. Says, "Hey, you want like the real stuff?"
Yeah, but like, question first, is not upgrading your droid some sort of like weird noble tradition on this planet? Because
That is above my pay grade, my friend.
fair.
I'll be honest. You're the first people to take the tour in 3 months.
That short, I was expecting like years.
That's the newer model, actually. The last one caught fire halfway through the tour. It was not pretty.
Oh, I would have liked that tour.
Oh, that would have been a much better tour.
Yeah, like, can we get that tour?
I'll see if I can arrange it.
But yes, we are interested in actual weapons. Whatever nonsense is going on.
Fire ionized gas. Why do you want that going into the front when it's supposed to also come out of the front?
Rich people are weird.
Also only single shot.
You're not supposed to hit weirdly? I don't get it. I'll be honest. Okay. Marty in chat says, don't ask whether you can see the droid on fire, just do it.
Fair.
Well, it's not about us setting the droid on fire, it's about the droid setting itself on fire.
Yeah, we want it to naturally happen. It's not as fun if it doesn't just happen.
Okay. So the Twillick kind of hits a button, and the shutters come down from the gift shop so that nobody can get in from the outside. And he says, yeah, so sniper rifles?
Yes, any long-ranged weapon really is fine, but yes, sniper rifle.
Hits a button under his desk, and all of the dueling weapons, their cases flip over, and there's a bunch of similar to a lot of the stuff you saw on Umbara. There's some just weird stuff here, and the guy says, "I built a lot of these myself. Don't mean to brag. I'm a bit of an expert. So a lot of this stuff is taking some dueling parts and retrofitting it with some stuff I found or some custom-made stuff requested by high-paying individuals. So if you all have requests and you're going to be here a while, I can accommodate."
So do these high-stakes buyers usually come here to Sereno to you, or do you ever ship off-world? You know, if I'm traveling around, could I place an order with you and have it show up anywhere?
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. I got buyers all over the place. Lots of people are looking to protect themselves from the encroaching Republic.
This makes sense. So do you source all of your parts from here in factory, or do you get parts from other places?
Yeah, I mean, I source a lot of the stuff here, but if you provide me with parts, I can incorporate it into other things. I've had some interesting requests. Some stuff.
Oh,
Like
heck.
what?
I got a weird one.
Yeah.
I do some work for some people.
Yeah,
And that's about as specific as we're going to get with that, and I'm pretty sure you're the sort of man that can respect that.
I do.
But in that, I see some weird things. You know anything about laser bows? Like bows that shoot lasers.
Yeah. The Zygerians use them. Slavers. Theirs are interesting. But if you want the real stuff, Dathomir. Now, I know you're thinking that's just fog and witches. Bunch of rancor poop on that planet.
Yes, that is accurate.
But I went into a different accent. Totally.
It will be fun. Do not worry about it.
Now we're talking about the real shit. I'm going to use my real voice. Fog and witches. Okay. Now, that was Southern drawlier. I'm
hey, Crustache, when did you get here?
Oh, hey. Okay, hold on. Where's my all-purpose Southern?
I was not ready for that.
Okay, here we go. This is better. Okay, yay. Dathomiri Night Sister bows. I've seen them before. There's something to behold. I got my hands on some parts from I don't want to brag, but the Count has stopped by from time to time, and he does not just take the tour, if you know what I mean. He's got some interesting hobbies. Comes across a lot of stuff. He's a galaxy traveler. Used to be a Jedi, they say.
Well, that is certainly impressive.
Yeah, I didn't think Jedi use blasters, but
not in my experience. So, you were saying that you got Dathomiri things? Did you go there? Did you talk to Dathomiri? Did they come to here?
No. It was all provided to me by the Count. Left me a whole crate, said, "What can you do with these?" And I was like, "Okay." So I just tinkering.
So, he is the one who went to Dathomir, supposedly.
Allegedly. Like I said, I think it's just fog, witches, and rancor poop.
That is very accurate, yes.
Yeah.
No personal experience, of course, but that is what I hear, yes.
I don't suspect you of anything.
Another random side friend. Are you any good at math?
Not particularly.
I could tell. Like you.
I like you too.
Good work.
Thanks.
Oh, what's your name, friend?
Oh, God, I can't even read my own handwriting.
Love when that happens.
Seb Hosef.
Seb Hosef.
Because Twi'lek names are very odd. There are apostrophes in there, as is good and true of Star Wars names.
Very Lucasian.
He says you can call him Seb. But yeah, he kind of like looks you up and down, like he pulls out like this double-headed axe, and kind of like looks at Zoga like, Gamorreans like axes.
You're not wrong, but I tend to like one-handed weaponry. Anything I can use on the back of a swoop bike.
Melee or not?
Either or.
He takes the double-handed axe and he hits a button and pulls it apart, so it's 2 hand axes now.
Ooh, 2 for the price of 1.
Then he just starts chopping wood. He's just like, and he's clearly not good at this. He's kind of, he hits the display stand of book tablets. Oh, That's gonna come out of my salary.
No, see, you have to have a firmer grip, more centralized in the handle. You're not doing a very good
Really
job.
loose wrist. Is that right?
No, you
Not
need to
for
hold
axes. And even then, you don't got like a firing range or like a.
I shoot
practice
cans out back
area.
in the alley.
Guess
Got
that
like any
counts.
sticks or trees out back?
Yeah, if we go a little bit further.
Alright, that works. Just like something to throw an axe at, you know?
Okay. Yeah, he says, what else you want to try? Anybody?
Do you have any more of these Datomiri weapons left over?
Yeah, he says, yeah, the count came and, not to brag, took a couple of them. Probably to send off to some of his noble friends. Let's see. Yeah, he pulls out a bow that he clearly just like stuck two bows together. He's very big into doubling things. So it's like a power up in Contra or something like that. It just basically shoots two bows or two arrows at once. And then he's like, and you can aim them in different directions. And they kind of swivel.
Theoretically, that's practical.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Let me give that a try, I guess.
He has one that's like a wrist-mounted version of the bow, basically. If you've ever seen Rebels, Ezra kind of has one. It's like a little slingshot, but it's a lot more powerful. Or the Huntress from DC Comics has a wrist crossbow. Let's see. He's got that, the double bow. He doesn't have the bow sniper because he sold it. He's a gun that shoots lightsabers. No.
Oddly
Wait.
enough, you can build lightsabers.
Yeah, he's just like, I
Don't
don't know.
think about it.
Let's see. So he's got the mini one, the double one. He's it's not quite the sniper rifle, but it's like a combo of the Wookiee bowcaster, the Wookiee wowcaster, the Wookiee bowcaster, and the Dathomiri energy bow. So instead of bowcasters, as we see in The Force Awakens, kind of shoot like giant chunky blaster bolts, like they're really strong, almost missiles. This is a lot more rapid fire. It's a lot more like a blaster, but he says that it will pierce through a lot more kinds of armor, which you know that energy bows kind of, they don't quite work like blasters. He doesn't want to brag and say it can cut through Beskar, but he says you're going to get a lot closer than an E11.
Can I just try all of these? Are these all up for trial?
Yeah. He looks at Bacon. He says, you want like a flamethrower harness for the droid, or...
I think we're good for now, Chief.
Bacon looks up at you like, are you sure, Captain?
I mean, you're an infiltration droid. You gotta be small and sneaky.
It would be on theme for the name Bacon, though.
It would be. We'll think about it. Maybe for his birthday.
Bacon wheels himself out into the backyard, and yeah, he takes you out back, and there's like an alleyway, and then he takes you into a courtyard, and it's like this old. It looks like almost like it was a garden at some point, like for kind of the mansion that's next door, and it's kind of like an old rundown mansion. And he said the owners of the factory used to live there before the owner died in a duel, and then his wife went crazy and started building a house for ghosts. I don't judge, But you can buy tickets to just go see a bunch of stairs that go nowhere. Spoiler, it's not that interesting, and it's 25 credits. But we get to use this courtyard as kind of a firing range. So yeah, he has like a stump. He sets up like a bunch of tin cans and bottles to shoot. And at the very end, he has clearly the RX droid that caught fire during the last tour. He kind of sets that up towards the end too, of just like target practice.
So while I'm practicing, target practicing, with these different variations of bows, can I kind of inspect them to try and see if there's like anything that would indicate to me like which clan they came from, or like any sort of individuality to them, so I can try and see where they came from, specifically on Dathomir?
Known clans, let's see. Which clan are you a part of again?
Oh gosh.
I feel like it's either Singing Mountain or Frenzied River.
The second one sounds more familiar. It's the one that are most like Jedi.
Yes, Frenzied River then.
Frenzied singing.
Mountain River. So when you left, okay. Sorry, Marty. Marty's saying a lot of funny stuff in chat, and I'm sorry I can't keep up, Marty.
It's
Bookie Wocaster was
was very good.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a good joke to respond to it, so I'm just like sitting here being like, I gotta play, but I also want to appreciate you're doing great, and I love it. And also Mountport. How can it be?
15.
Let's see. What was the? Oh, so the clan that you think this is from the current dominant clan on Dathomir, the Night Sisters themselves.
So it's got a bunch of like black and red strips all over
Yeah,
it or something.
yeah. It's it just emanates green, and you're just like, this shouldn't be oozing green. It seems bad.
Why is the energy on this all green? Ugh.
Just bad vibe city.
It's from the swamps that they live in or something. Turns the bows green. Okay, interesting. I'll fire these energy bows, sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, the little one, the one on your wrist, it's worse than your bow in most ways. It's going to have lower range, less damage. The double one, I mean, if that appeals to you in some way, you think this guy is just like, it's rad. You know, the bowcaster, the double bowcaster thingy, that's probably arguably the most useful out of any of them. Again, whether or not Yuo would actually find use out of that, it's not like the sniper rifle, which clearly has a kind of an extended use. This is more like, it's going to be like your bow, but has like blaster rifle range, like, so a little bit longer, not as long as the sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And then the axes, I mean, the axes are axes. They work like axes. They do work as described. And Bacon has somehow got the flamethrower thing on, and
I totally didn't help.
It's just screaming as he's setting a tree on fire. Oh no, okay.
Aw, buddy.
Don't worry. I have my anti-flame gun. He pulls out a fire extinguisher. Patent pending. Can I wrap anything up to you? You want to wear it out?
These are good, but I think I'm already solving for the problems that they are solving. So
I don't understand.
But yeah, it's great work, and like, I'll keep you in mind because I'm pretty sure if I don't got something for you, I can send some people your way who can. But and she's gonna kind of pull out her already existing just vibro hatch and just kind of like toss it a few times. She's obviously very familiar with, but just like, I mean, an axe is an axe, man. You can only do so much with them.
We all got favorites.
They're good, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
If anything happens to mine, though,
Keep me in mind.
can do.
Sebhosis illegitimate arms. I got a card. Hold on.
I think Jet is just arguing with Bacon to take off the harness, and just like it's like a parent arguing with a kid about a toy at Disney World. It's like, you're only gonna get one thing from this trip, and you have to commit to this. Like, you can't go off, and if you find something else you like, you can't buy that. You're gonna have to buy this.
Bacon would like to quote R2D2.
I mean, Bacon also has an aunt there that is absolutely on his side.
Like, really? You want this giant lollipop? That's the thing you want? You're not gonna eat it. It's twice the size of your head. It's just gonna get stuck to everything.
Be hilarious. You'll be walking around just like you're in some like old-timey Victorian photograph or something with this huge lollipop. Get it?
Bacon eventually takes off the flamethrower. Kind of does turn his head very slowly back to look at you, Jet. Like, you think if it had eyes, or it does have eyes that kind of get as big as it can.
No, bud.
Dang it.
we have the card though, so maybe for his birthday.
No, Mom said no.
Maybe for your birthday.
Maybe Auntie Zoga and Auntie Azul get you flamethrower.
Kind of. Zeb does his best to hand you a card again, hey,
Take it.
Here you go.
Oh,
Or
is
Zeb,
it like
not
a
Zeb.
double card?
Oh,
Because you
I mean,
like doubling things?
you can rip it in half, and then you have two of them. It's only got half the information on it.
That sounds less useful.
Hey, I got an idea. You got a second card and a zip tie? Or do you just have like the one card? Are you gonna need this back?
No. I have 5. There was a free trial. I ordered samples.
Are all of them different?
Yeah.
They all got the same info on them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But he says, I understand, and I hope you will come back. Is there anything else I can do? What can I do to make this sale? Can I do anything else for you?
We might want to talk to the Count about where he's maybe having a little line to him, see where he's getting these weapons, because we are looking for more original Dathomiri works. But do you know any way?
You're like a collector. You want mint in box. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I mean, he's a count. He's a very busy man. I'll make a hollow call.
Oh, that would be very helpful. Thank you.
Do you got like a name I can drop?
Well, we are not here on official business, so no.
Jet will just say Martha the Hut.
Can't. Not a good idea. Not a good idea.
Varro said you could if you thought it would help.
Yeah.
Maybe just Martha?
Very least, you might ask, how do we know that name?
How do you know that name? Get used to that's the Count Dooku voice, everybody. Just get used to it. That's my Dooku voice.
Good.
Okay. He goes back inside. Comes back out and says, "What? You must know some powerful people. He does not like to meet folks. He said he'd meet you."
Oh.
Did he sound like excited or like, oh, I need to meet those
Or is he
people so I
just
can
kind
knock
of one
them
of
up?
those people who just like has one ominous tone of voice at all
Yeah,
times?
yeah, that one. You've met the Count?
Lucky guess.
He's sort of just baseline Dracula. I mean,
He is a count.
yeah.
Also, Christopher Lee played Dracula.
He's just really Dracula in and about. He's got a cape.
Yeah. Got keep.
Jedi Dracula.
Former Jedi Dracula.
One of those, like, what, 20 or something? 20?
Yeah, there's like 20 of them that got lost.
Hope they find him.
You'd think Jedi wouldn't get lost.
I don't know. I try not to think a whole lot about Jedi.
Me neither.
I think that's the wise choice.
He said you could head over to the palace. See you whenever you want. Tonight.
Do we need to like take you with us? Make introduction?
I'd prefer not, but I can. I was gonna go home.
Oh. Well, we don't want to keep you. You might be busy doing stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a big rush. There might be other tours coming in. Just let the man go back about his business.
Cut back inside. RX-77 is just hitting a wall. Trying to dock itself back behind the front desk. Yeah. Yeah, the swoop races were on tonight. I was just going to watch them.
The what?
Swoop races? They're live on Mandalore tonight. They're being broadcast. I got them on the pay-per-view.
That tonight.
That's tonight, yeah. Well, I don't actually have pay-per-view, but I bought a box.
You have acquired pay-per-view.
I have, yeah. Bought a box from my cousin. It's totally legal.
Of course it is.
In some systems.
Tell you what, depending upon how our meeting with the Count goes, might watch some swoop bike races.
Okay.
Forgot that was tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, you can come by, bring beer.
That was the plan. You don't show up empty-handed, man.
I like you.
Did you know that she was offered a position as a professional swoop bike racer?
That is true.
Really?
Yeah, I crashed a tank through a wall instead. It was great.
That sounds fun.
It was.
Whose wall?
That's important.
I don't know, some, like, I don't know, underground casino thing. It's not important.
Not your wall, though. Somebody
No,
else's wall.
Of course not my wall.
See, that's all that matters.
You think I got walls?
See, I like you.
This guy.
Kind of grabs your shoulder a little bit. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm going to go home and make a cheese plate. So, y'all join me when you want.
Oh, yeah, I'll let you know. Unless, we get Dracula.
Right.
Sounds like we
There's always a chance of being Dracula.
It doesn't actually have fangs and things, right?
Not that I'm aware of, but classic Dracula probably hiding them. I'm sorry, he is a space Dracula. To be clear. I gotta go. He's just a count. I gotta go. Don't die.
Haven't yet.
Okay. Okay. So across the street is that big palace. And if you you go inside, is there anything you'd like to do, or do you just want to go over? I don't want to assume.
We probably shouldn't keep him waiting.
Yeah, he might have like a small window. We don't really know like what counts do exactly.
Don't really know what counts do. Cool.
He's gonna love all these jokes, everybody. He's gonna love them.
Yeah, fantastic. Like notoriously known for his sense of humor, Count Dooku.
Yes.
Very jovial, very funny. Hates theatrics.
I mean, if you sell it with enough flair. There's the acting. Okay. So across the street, a droid assistant takes you into this absolutely giant ornate room that's got these huge windows behind it, and somehow the windows are showing like this green kind of mist jungle that you're pretty sure is not behind this palace. Like it's just it's filtering in this ominous light, and there is an older gentleman, stark white hair, wearing like pajamas, sort of silk pajamas. He doesn't have his cape on because he's just at home. White beard, kind of steepled fingers, and he banishes the droid, and he says, "Fred, oh, pardon me. Hey, how you doing? I'm Count Dooku." No. Hey, man.
This is my casual at home boy.
Hey, I'm played by Johnny Knoxville, man. Now,
I'm Count Dooku. Welcome to Cyrano.
He says, he kind of just grumbles, and he says, "What brings friends of Martha to Cyrano?"
So we might have found a weapon that seems to have come from Dathomir, and we're just wondering, hey, have you been to Dathomir lately?
He says, "Lately? Is that..."
Or ever?
He says, "Is that Martha's concern, witch?"
Whoa. Why are we throwing around terms, names? What? No, not Martha's concern necessarily, but it is my concern, and so therefore, Martha is concerned about me maybe, and that then therefore is her concern.
He says, "What do you all know about galactic politics?"
I know that there's swoop bike races on, and I'm trying to figure out where the nearest liquor store is between here and Zeb's place.
I am new to Galaxy, so politics are...
I mean, I live on the outer rim. Politics don't really get that far.
So I'm gonna go with a 0. We have 0 knowledge experience.
He says, that's fine. I'm political, some might say. I'm a count, after all. Leader of a whole separatist thing. Maybe you've heard of it.
No. Take it from the top. No,
He says, the Republic is corrupt, and I'm looking to foster people-first initiatives. Less bureaucracy, less money grubbing from vested interests and sloppy courts. A better future for the galaxy, and I think something that the Hutts could probably agree on. Perhaps if the Hutt cartels were to join the Separatists more formally. They're not recognized by the Republic anyway. Have the backing and support of them, then I could answer more of your questions.
Look, sir. Give a good look at us. Do we look like the ones that can actually make this decision and give you answers for you? Can't.
You look
We're
very...
hired muscle at best.
He says,
Hired muscle.
you look very dangerous. Dangerous enough
We're
that
hired muscle.
if
Like
Martha...
all your eloquent, fancy this is great and all. But what we can do for you, other than give you these answers, actually kind of get you in touch with the people who can. Like, we can give you a line of communication there. You can actually talk to people who can make decisions. We're not decision makers. At least not in this regard. Because I will say, one thing you do got is surprisingly, Zeb's real good with exotic weapons. Like, I know his ideas are kind of stupid and he's just bashing things together, but, like, many other... I've known one other person to deal with anything, like, remotely Dathmiri, and he's got 4 or 5 semi-dumb things that all work.
Oh, but that one that works. Oh, that one that works.
Yeah, who would have that, you would think? It would be really cool and powerful, right?
He says, I can see that you are not the decision makers.
Nope.
But if you could emphasize my seriousness to Martha, I can make it worth your while. And
Yeah, absolutely.
I can give you some of the information you seek.
Fantastic. Because I know my boss and I know Hutz well enough that I don't want to make decisions for her, and if you want anything from her, you have to start by bringing a deal to the table yourself. So
He says, of course. And he gestures at his desk and he just levitates a data pad over to you.
Weird flex, but okay.
neat.
Says, have her look at that. Bring it to the other Hutts. I know Martha likes to claim she's out of Hutt space, out of Hutt problems. We all know that's not true. Tell the twins I said hi.
I don't know who they are, but they sound really cool.
They sound so rad. He says, now that that's taken care of, and I trust in good faith that you will bring my good tidings to Martha. What was your question again? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Kind of stops for a second.
just
Azuli.
excuse you?
You didn't like when I called you witch. Azuli.
True, I also don't like you knowing my name. Don't know that I've told you my name?
He doesn't really answer that. I mean, that's not really something he's going to answer.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently space Draculas can just read your name now without you telling it. Okay. So I was wondering, hey, have you been to Dathomir ever lately? That is the question. Where did you get cool Dathomir bows?
Hold on just a second.
Yeah, like, we honestly should have just driven a tank through his palace. Then he would have given us information.
We should have asked if Martha was to let us borrow the tank, but
Yeah. That really needs to be our go-to thing.
yeah.
Talking out your.
He kind of looks at you. He's thinking. He says, it has been some time since I've blessed Dathomir with my presence, but I took many souvenirs on my last visit. But it was many cycles ago. Probably before you were born, even.
Oh, wow. You've been holding on to those for a very long time, then.
Indeed.
And you met Dathomiri witches, or, just found some bows on the ground and thought it'd be real cool to bring them back, or...
Kind of looks at you for a second. He says, you hold no sympathy for Mother Talzin. She has done much to curry my favor. Interesting. The Night Sisters have done much to position themselves as the leaders of your planet, and I hold a favorable, in my opinion, they hold a favorable opinion of me. We have done good work in the past.
Interesting. I had not heard of this before, but you are clearly a very well-traveled person, so I'm going to take your word for it. Asked and answered, as they say. Well, cool. That was all of my questions.
He says, when you do return to Martha, no. He says, will you return to Martha, Azuli of Dathomir?
Okay, you keep saying more things about me that I have not told you, and it's
Of
really
the
not
Singing
helping
River
the creepy
clan.
factor.
Yes.
That is incorrect, but I'm not going to correct you on it.
Oh, is it not right? I thought we said it was right.
Frenzy
Yes,
River?
Oh,
Frenzy
Frenzy
River.
River. Sorry, I combined the two. Sorry, Frenzy River.
Come on, Annie.
We got lost in all of the jokes immediately after that we were making.
Egg on Count
Clearly, this
Dooku's
is
face.
your fault.
Count Dooku's gonna leave going, idiot, I'm so stupid. You really screwed it up, Dooku. If that even is your first name. It's not. No, yeah, he says, he basically asks, your move, Azuli, what are you gonna do?
Yes, what?
He said, if you are planning on returning to Martha the Hutt.
Oh, I mean, yeah, once our vacation is over, we're doing a little sightseeing tour. So, eventually, all of our stuff is there, so we have to go back eventually.
He says, you did not spend much time with the Night Sisters. Your connection to the Force is minimal.
Wow, rude, okay, but, does enough for me, I guess.
He smiles and he says, yes. Well, if you return to the core, can you give a message to Kaya?
Okay, seriously, you got the whatever trick you're doing. That was crazy. Sure, I will give message to a Kaya I meet, sure.
Whom I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
I
No
was
idea who you could
explicitly
be
told
referring
to keep her name out my mouth, so...
He says, if she would like to discuss things more personally, something that Qui-Gon would have wanted, that my door is always open. I invite the Jedi to have an open discourse about this. I don't want them to shut me out just because they serve the Republic. Both of us can exist. I'm simply a political idealist.
/ magician, mind reader / space Dracula. Okay, if I happen to run into a Jedi named Kaya, I will make sure to...
Who said anything
pass
about a
along-
Jedi?
You were the one who said Jedi.
I don't remember that.
You said open dialogue between Jedi.
Oh, that is right. Okay, well, that's fine.
So if I happen to run into a Jedi named Kaya, I will make sure to pass along your note to her.
He says, excellent. he looks at Zoga and he says, "Bet money on Sorrow sub tonight. I have a good feeling about them."
I'm not allowed to bet on the races after last time.
Of course. He kind of goes back to his desk, and he once again gestures, and the doors behind you open.
Well, Count, it's been spooky. I'll pass your message on. Have a time.
Yes, thank you for the message and the magic show. I will pass along messages.
He very imperceptibly nods, and then he asks Jet if this was her card.
Aw, man.
Damn it! Okay, we are at about 9:30, so we'll wrap this up momentarily. I assume you will go back to Seb's to watch the races.
We
I'm
did
gonna
say
tell
we
him who
would.
to bet on.
Indeed, Team Soro sub does quite well.
Marty is absolutely killing it in chat.
On fire.
Oh, it's been so good. What we need to figure out how to get chat on screen.
Yeah,
if
and
Marty's going to keep being this funny.
This one might actually be a good one for it because we only have the 3 boxes. We could put a chat box in one of the corners because there's a lot of open space there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it might be a little small on a YouTube screen on your phone, but I think it might be worth it. Okay. Okay, so you go back. It's a nice night of race watching. There's beer. He did make a cheese plate.
Oh.
And he put little like toothpicks and he wrote like little like labels for them and kind of spread it out.
Fans.
Sure, at some point, he and Zoga just have a discussion about who's running which model of swoop bikes that no one else can understand.
Yeah.
It's got this swoop bike, ZX model, just like air ride. It's got this nice like R892 just compressor in it. It's just like all of this. No, it's got this.
No. That compressor takes all the edge off. It's not the right part. It's just, no. And then they're hugging by the end of it.
Yep.
You're my best friend. No one understands me like you, Zoga.
Best friend on this planet that lives here.
Aww.
If you ever need weapons, I'll work for a hut.
You probably will.
You probably have.
Unless you want to join the Separatists. It's okay here. What? From a certain point of view, they're the good guys?
Listen, we're already in a club currently. You know, you can't be in like 2 clubs. So, you know.
There might be like some chances that our club makes deals with your club, and then like there's club aberration or whatever you call it, but
But right now we're good with our
You know
club.
such big words, Zoga. And once again, to reiterate, Zoga only speaks Gamorrean, so it's this squeaking and squealing that then a very posh droid is translating. Okay. So that what would you all like to say or do before we end season 1 of Martha and the Mandos?
I guess we're going back to Martha. Vacation's over.
It doesn't have to be. It's your ship.
With a bomb on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also
Mhm.
we do have to also give her the messages, so we have mail to pass on, and it's like time sensitive, I would think, because there's not going to be like a 10-year war starting anytime soon.
No. Who would let that happen? Politicians? I don't think so. They have your best interests at heart. They didn't give the Trade Federation a seat on the Senate. Okay, yeah, so you head back home. Martha kind of looks at it. She goes into a room she does not go into often, but then you can hear a bunch of arguing in Huttese. As clearly a bunch of people zoom in to a call.
Space zoom.
Space zoom. Hutts were doing Space Zoom before it was cool. There's a whole holographic Hutt council in the Clone Wars a lot of the time. It's real neat. And they just bicker at each other. Marty said it's called the Scream Room, which is Huttese for family room. I'm sorry.
We're all going to go in here and shout at holograms of each other, and that's the closest it will ever be to us getting along.
This is one of our better family reunions, everyone. And let me read this one. This was my favorite from a little bit ago about Count Dooku. Count Dooku, I apologize. Normally I introduce myself by having people float in slow motion and semicircle, but I simply didn't have time. God, he's so weird to Obi-Wan in that movie. I love it. He's so just flippant and sarcastic, and it's just like, do you want me to be on your side? Oh no, we've captured you.
Either or.
Just either gonna neg you into being a Dark Lord or kill you. It really doesn't matter to me. Okay, so there's that. Anything else? Otherwise, we'll do outros and plugs.
Azuli would probably be interested in heading to where she last saw Jedi heading.
Okay. So, are you tending your resignation from Martha?
Yes. It seems like she's got more important things to worry about than me.
Okay. Okay. So that means Orlena's going to join this stream.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
Yes. Get the Jedi bureaucrat up in here. It's gonna go great.
She's undercover. Jedi love a stupid undercover mission. One that makes no sense, and you could have just hired a bounty hunter for it, because they'll do whatever you pay them to do, Jedi. Obi-Wan doesn't have to get plastic surgery. It's a really weird arc. Okay. Then we will see Azuli next time in Galaxy in Revolt when that returns. Outros and plugs. CC.
Oh, hi. I'm Cece, aka Soup, aka Soup's Cut. On the Twitters and the Instagrams, I'm gonna plug doing a whole Star Wars with your friends and talking about the moon, because that's pretty cool.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. You can follow me on social media. I don't know why you would do that, but you can if you want to. It's okay if you don't. I will also plug doing a whole Star Wars and watching Star Wars and Amy Sedaris as a nice droid lady who has all the droids. If I could be any one character in Star Wars, it'd be the Amy Sedaris character.
I never knew I needed Amy Sedaris in a big wig to be kind of just weird droid lady, but here
A
it is.
big wig and no eyebrows.
No eyebrows. God, there's so many choices, and I just love all of them. And every time we see her, she gets a new droid, and I just love it. And Zoga, how do you feel about Azuli leaving?
I mean, some point before she leaves, Zoga's probably just gonna be like, "Hey, so not great at subtlety. I like you. Keep me in mind and make it back if you can. All right."
Oh, Zoga, I like your companionship as well. Of course, I will. I just got to get a message to a person that I'm not supposed to know.
Yeah, you're. I never done that before.
Oh, this is awkward.
And so once I'm done giving message to a person, of course I would love to come back here and spend more time with you. I think that would be great. I enjoy you working on your swoop bike while I do many push-ups and things. It's a great time.
Great time, and I'm looking forward to having it again then.
Do you want a hug? I don't deal
Yeah.
with a lot of people.
We can, I guess, do that. I'm only up to like your knees and waist level though, so like, do I need to stand on something tall? Are you gonna crouch down? How are we gonna make this work?
I'll meet you down there.
Okay.
That seems easier for all parties involved.
Yeah, I don't have to find a step ladder.
And Jay, do you have any outros or plugs on that mental image from chat?
Be careful around space Draculas. They're real spooky. Your PSA of avoiding space Draculas.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Star Chasers is this week on Wednesday. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, Thursday. Shows. Here's a thing. Whatever I say in this video, it's uploaded to YouTube the next day. So when I say Monday, it's uploaded Tuesday, Sundays, Mondays, etc. Just in case you...
Time is fake.
Yeah. Just in case you wanted to know a rough release schedule. I do try and get things up exactly 24 hours after the start date on Twitch onto YouTube. That's it. I love Star Wars. I love Martha and her Mandos and all of these criminals and scums. That's about it. Have fun watching Star Wars. Have fun playing Star Wars. Do what makes you happy. And as Marty said in chat, keep politics out of Star Wars. They've never been political. Ever. I don't know where you got that idea. But don't.
It is a Star Wars, and wars are classically not political.
Apolitical.
At all.
All war is apolitical. Got it. May the force be with you. Have a good night.